so that their choices are respected and honored. May God bless you, and may God bless Kenya. Nataka kuchukua tena fursa hii kutoa shukrani kwa Kenya wenzangu ambayo wameshiriki katika uchaguzi ambayo imepita. Wameonyesha ujasiri, wameonyesha uzalendo na upendo kwa nchi yao. Wakenya kila mahali walijitokeza wakapiga kura kwa njia ya amani. Na sasa yale ambayo yalibaki ni tume ya uchaguzi kuhakikisha kwamba ile ndoto ya Wanakenya imeheshimiwa. Tumegundua hitilafu ambayo imefanyika katika IEBC ambayo imejaribu kutaka kukiuka yale ambayo Wakenya wenyewe walikuwa wamefanya. Tumeona yale ambayo imefanywa na yule mwenyekiti wa tume ya uchaguzi Bwana Wafula Chebukati kwa kujaribu kupindua ili uamuzi ya Wakenya. Anafanya hivyo bila kushauriana na wale wenzake ambaye wako pale pamoja naye katika tume ya uchaguzi. Sisi wana Kenya na wana Azimio tunapenda amani. Tunapenda umoja wa Kenya. Tunataka kuona kama Wakenya wameungana kama kitu kimoja. Ndio tunaongea juu ya Azimio la umoja. Tuko na nia ya kuona kwamba Kenya imetoka katika janga la ufukara, janga ya kutokuwa na imani na amani, na janga ya ubaguzi ya kikabila, ili Wakenya waungane kama watu moja, waweze kutekeleza wajibu yao kulingana na ndoto ya waanzilishi wa taifa letu. Hatutakubali, nataka kurudia haya, hatutakubali mtu mmoja ajaribu kuleta vurugu katika taifa letu, kujaribu vile vile kubadilisha yale ambayo Wakenya wameamua kama watu moja. Wakenya hawatakubali, hatutakubali. Tutazidi kutetea nchi yetu na katiba letu kama Wakenya ili Kenya iweze kuendelea mbele. Asanteni sana. Mungu ibariki Kenya, nchi yetu.
Niombe sote tusalie tumeketi tunapomruhusu Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga, mgombea mwenza, Martha Wangari Karua na wengine kuondoka. I am ably guided by Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to announce members in the National Assembly, in the Senate, governors. Kindly, you have a meeting here at 11 a.m. tomorrow promptly. Thank you. Baba.
His running mate, Martha Wangari Karua, and the Azimio One Kenya Coalition Party leader saying that they will be taking all legal challenge that particular decision that was made yesterday that put President-elect William Ruto as the winner of the 2022 presidential election, saying that, in his own words, democracy has suffered a major setback, and that is accusing the chairperson of the IEBC, Wafula Chebukati, actually calling him a dictator, and of course also mentioning the 4 commissioners who dissented from that particular decision. Remember, just a few minutes before Raila Odinga spoke, the 4 commissioners also held a press briefing in Nairobi, giving their own explanation as to why they dissented from the declaration yesterday by Wafula Chebukati. Let me just hand it over to Dan Mwangi to take us through some of those statements made there by Raila Odinga and what it essentially means for the country moving forward, Dan.
Thank you very much, Zainab. And like you've rightly put it, the gist of the statement was an explanation of how Raila Odinga, and he said, as well as the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya team, have rejected the presidential results, terming them null and void. He says, as far as they are concerned, there is no president-elect. There's no one who has legally been declared as such. And he said that Chebukati had some strong words in reference to Chebukati's, and he has also said that they are going to take all legal options available to them. Then he has commended the 4 commissioners who have distanced themselves from Chebukati's announcement. That is Juliana Cherera. We have Justus Nyang'aya. We have Francis Wanderi, and we have Irene Masit, and aside from that, he said he actually called them heroes, and this is, in contrast to what William Ruto said yesterday. William Ruto said that Chebukati is a hero. So we have two groups in the same group, who have been, termed heroes on each side, and he has sort of, alluded to the aspect of the majority of the commissioners, and the majority of the commissioners vis-a-vis the decision made. Zainab, you have something to add before we?
Yes, right before you continue with the conversation with panelists, I think it is important we also take note of the timelines as guided by the Constitution, because this was, it was a 50-50 chance this might happen. So we have to take a look at what legal steps comes ahead. Now, with the fact that the IBC chairperson, declared the president-elect and announced that decision, according to the Constitution, the oath of allegiance to the Constitution administered by the Chief Justice was expected to happen within 14 days of that announcement, which was made yesterday. But of course, now what we're seeing, and with the development so far, with the Azimio One Kenya coalition side saying they will be heading to the Supreme Court, then this means essentially now that a petition should be filed at the Supreme Court, and it can be filed from, by the way, just a note of, something to note, it could be filed by different people, including proxies or other aggrieved parties, not just, Raila Odinga's team. This is going to challenge the election, should happen within 7 days after Monday's declaration of results. So they have until Monday to make sure that they have taken that petition to the Supreme Court. And then the Supreme Court is expected to hear and decide this petition within 14 days after filing. And this decision is final and binding. If the Supreme Court nullifies the results of this election, a fresh election will then be held within 60 days after the decision. If the petitions are thrown out, the swearing in of the president-elect will proceed on the first Tuesday, that is 14 days after Monday's announcement of results. We can just say the next week but one. That's when that would happen in case the petition has been thrown out by the Supreme Court. And after that, the oath taking and swearing in will happen 7 days after the date on which court renders a decision declaring the election to be valid. if any petition was filed. And I think that just sets the context for us in terms of the legal timelines we are going to deal with when it comes to the next few days.
All right.
Steps.
Thank you, Zainab, for that. And gives us, some further context. And we have seen some similarities in what the 4 IBC commissioners were saying and what Raila Odinga said. There is, where they say that Chebukati has, has exercised some sort of high-handedness. That's the claim they have, where he's been called a dictator. And just so that we can dwell on the issues, one of them from the statement that the commissioners gave is that based on Mr. Chebukati's aggregation, which had the different percentages, it comes to 100.01%. Okay, and she went on to say that, 0.01% translates to approximately 142,000 votes, which makes a significant difference in the final result. And therefore, they declined to take ownership of the said result because the aggregation in total exceeds 100%, which casts doubt on the accuracy of the source of the figures tallied. And she goes on. So just some context in regards to these numbers. First of all, she says that the statement that the 4 IBC commissioners have is that the percentage goes to more than 100%. Now, when you do the mathematics, from scratch, in the sense that you take the total figure of what each of these candidates had, divided by the total number of votes which were valid, the valid votes, which is what the percentage is based on, which is 14,213,027, then you find that the 50.49 is actually a rounding off. It's a rounded off figure. So, and again, I will just be keen to read